Good morning, dear students. This video is the continuation part of chapter 17, the future tense, for standard 6 children. Here we'll learn about future perfect tense and future perfect continuous tense. So, what is future perfect tense? The future perfect tense is used to talk about a future activity that will be finished by or before a specific time in future. It means the future perfect tense is used to talk about a future activity that will be completed at some point of time in future. It describes an event that is planned or expected to happen before the time of reference in the future. It refers to a completed action in future. Future perfect tense also describes an action that has an definite end in the future. So it talks about an action that will be completed at some point of time in future, that is planned or accepted to happen before the time of reference in the future. Like for example, they will have arrived at 5 p.m. Now, forming future perfect tense. So how is future perfect tense formed? The positive sentences, they take the form shall or will plus have plus the past participle form of verb. Like for example, by the time you get home, comma, I will have made dinner. Will have plus the past participle form of make, that is made. So by the time you get home, comma, I will have made dinner. And the negative has the form shall will plus have plus not plus past participle form of verb. For example, I will have not completed my homework by tomorrow. I will have not completed my homework by tomorrow. And to form the interrogative sentences, the positions of subject and auxiliary are interchanged. Subject comes later and the auxiliary verb comes in the front. So the position you can see of subject and the verb are changed. Like for example, will you have eaten the leftover food? One more example of future perfect tense. He will have retired by the time he is 60. So he will have retired by the time he is 60. Now, future perfect continuous tense. What is future perfect continuous tense? It is used to talk about an ongoing activity which has not been completed but will be at a specified time in the future. It means it talks about a sentence that will continue up to a certain time in the future. It talks about an activity that will have begun in past or present and will continue till future. So future perfect continuous tense talks about an activity that will continue in the future. It describes an action which has not been completed but will continue up to a certain time in the future. Like for example, she will have been leaving by 5 p.m. Now, forming future perfect continuous tense. The positive sentence takes the form shall will plus have plus been plus verb plus the ing form. Like for example, I will have been cleaning the house for 2 hours when it strikes 10. Means you can see in the sentence, it has begun in the past and is continuing. It continues in the future. Future perfect continuous tense talks about the event that will continue in the future. The negative has the form shall will plus not plus have plus been plus verb plus the ing form. Like for example, he will not have been doing this if not for money. And the interrogative has the structure shall will plus the subject plus have plus been plus verb plus ing. Will you have been staying here? Here it will be a question mark. Okay, will you have been staying here? Interrogative sentences always take a question mark. Now we'll see one more example of future perfect continuous tense. The children will have been studying in classroom for 3 hours. Now we'll see the use of will shall and the use of going to. So will and shall is used to talk about something we have just decided to do, to talk about something we hope or expect will happen, to express willingness, to express an intention. And use of going to, it can be expressed using be plus going to structure. And in this structure, the verb is in present tense. Okay, but talks about action that will be performed in the future. So when is use of going to done, it is done to talk about something we have already planned or decided to do, to talk about something we expect to happen in the immediate future, and to indicate an intention, plan or making prediction. Will and shall is used to refer to an indefinite time in the future, and going to is used to refer to the definite intention in the near future. We'll see few more examples so you will understand it better. So, will and going to. It talks about the future action. Will is used to talk about an future action that is decided at the moment of speaking, that is immediate decision. Like for example, I will have salad now. It talks about predictions, but it should be based on personal opinions or experience. Like for example, I think United will win the game. And it also talks about future fact. The sun will rise tomorrow. And going to, it talks about future plans that is decided before the moment of speaking. Means that is decided from beforehand, that is already planned, prior plans. Like for example, I am going to visit my aunt next Friday. So when is going to used? Going to is used to talk about actions that has already been planned. It also talks about a prediction based on present evidence. Like for example, look at those black clouds, it is going to rain. So it talks going to is used to for making predictions. And it also express that something is about to happen. So going to is used when it is when it wants to express something that is going to happen. Like for example, get back, the bomb is going to explode. Let's compare. Are you busy this evening? Let's see the sentence. Okay, two probable answers to this question. Are you busy this evening? I haven't made any plans. I think I will probably watch TV. I'm probably going to watch TV. You know why here will or going to both can be used? Because we are predicting that will happen, but nothing is planned. And yes, I am going to the movies. Here going to is used because here we have already made a plan. So going to is possible here because this is a prior plan. Okay, thank you children.